Yo, what is going on, Washington Commanders fans? I am back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about Devon Witherspoon, and also we're going to be talking about the Bezos news. He is no longer in the running for a bid, which was very expected, but now we can, at least know that Snyder will be moving on. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. But before then, make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will try to post daily, in these next coming weeks, especially with the draft coming up in like 2 to 3 weeks. So hopefully I can push videos and yeah, you guys will enjoy it. And without further ado, let's get into it. So first, we're gonna get into Devon Witherspoon. So Devon Witherspoon, he is 5'11" and a half. He weighs 181 pounds. His wingspan or his arms are 31 1/4, and his hands are 8 inches and 7/8. Pretty sure that's how you say it. And then his prospect grade is 6.4. The NFL, their draft profile has him as a will become good starter within 2 years. I think he's going to be an elite starter for years to come. I would probably give his prospect grade like maybe a 6.6, somewhere a little higher. I forgot how their scale works, but that's pretty high. Now we're going to get into the overview. The NFL overview says Witherspoon is a fun player to watch, but requires elevators to carefully consider his strengths and weaknesses relative to scheme. He plays with anticipation, route feel, and a consistent sense of urgency to prevent catches, as displayed by his high number of pass breakups, which is, we need that. We need pass breakups. We just need another body in there. We're missing something in that secondary, and I feel like Devon Witherspoon can take it up a notch. But here's the thing, Devon Witherspoon probably won't fall to us, but you never know what happens. A lot of players surprisingly fall each year, so you never know, but I don't see him making it past 12. If he makes it past 12, that's ridiculous. But moving on, it says he plays with ball hawking eyes and good balance from zone coverage. And if you know the Washington Commanders scheme, you know that they play zone coverage. And what do we need? Another zone coverage cornerback. So that would be nice. Now, however, I am a little concerned about his size, but he should bulk up over the offseason anyway, so that probably won't be a factor. Many small cornerbacks are coming in here dominating, and usually over the offseason they kind of they kind of bulk up. I mean, they most likely will bulk up. So hopefully Devon Witherspoon will bulk up. But yeah, moving on to the next, it says and it's very aggressive tackling both after catch and run. We need tacklers too. Having a cornerback that can tackle is a big thing, because some of these guys just can't wrap up correctly, and we need that. So I'm looking for it, and he's good in run support. That shouldn't really be an issue. We got people up front, but that comes with it. So he's a good run support. There are snaps where he gets behind and stays behind due to a lack of premium speed, and yeah, that's one of his weaknesses. He is very sluggish in transition. So once the ball is being snapped, he's very his hips. He's just sluggish on his hips. Like, I can't explain it. And the route, he's backpedaling, so his hips. He just doesn't. He's too slow with his hips. He just needs to work on his hip movement, and he'll be fine. What else? So he might require help over the top. He might require help over the top, which is why I feel like we need to get more depth for free safety. Obviously, we have a safety, but their force will be helping over the top, so that's no issue. What else? So he might recover a little help over the top, or a more zone-oriented scheme, which he's gonna thrive in this scheme if he comes here. That's why I really want him to come here. The playmaking mentality and traits give him a solid chance to become a QB2 in the league. Now let's get into his weaknesses. We basically read his strengths. Let's get into his weaknesses. His weaknesses are he can be jab stepped off balance by release fakes, which is, he can fix that. Coverage very handsy after the first 5 yard. Let's be real. I would say at least like half of the league is very handsy. Half of the cornerbacks in this league are very handsy past 5 yards. Let's be real. I feel like that's almost every cornerback's weakness coming out of college. He's gonna fix that. And again, he's sluggish on his hips, like I mentioned earlier. Top end speed could be an issue at the next level. Again, will be fine. He'll have help over the top, so I'm not really worried too much about the speed. Lacks juice to make up the distance when he gets behind. Again, so he's a zone oriented cornerback, so that shouldn't be an issue. And will bite hard on play action and double moves. So that is basically his weaknesses. His RAS isn't very good because he didn't have the measurements for his combine. He didn't really perform. He didn't really do anything. They just got his height, weight. He did the 40-yard dash. He runs a 4.45. 20-yard split 2.5. 10-yard split average. It's okay. It's average 1.5. So yeah, that's pretty much it for his RA. So now we're gonna be moving on to the Jeff Bezos news. Apparently, sources around close to him have confirmed that he will not be making a bid for the Commanders, which honestly isn't surprising at this point in time because I feel like if he really were to commit, he would have already maybe put in a deal. So now this basically just confirms that Dan Snyder will possibly be selling the team sooner than later. Hopefully it's like right after the draft. I don't think it's gonna be before the draft, but we'll see. Anything could happen. But per John Keim, Jeff Bezos is not going to bid on Washington Commanders. A source close to him said Wednesday, ending a pursuit that struggled to mount any momentum. Bezos had some interest in buying the franchise, and his presence hovered over the proceedings, despite his never having made a bid. He even hired a firm, Allen & Co., to explore a bid. In March, a source close to Bezos said Commanders owners Dan and Tanya Snyder were blocking him from the bidding process, which we know wasn't really true. I feel like Bezos was never really keened in. I feel like he has his eyes set somewhere else, potentially Seattle Seahawks, if they do become available. As you know, he does live in Seattle, Washington, so maybe he wants to buy a home that's where he's from. Yeah, so maybe he wants to buy a franchise where he's, actually from. So I could see him maybe going there, but he is definitely out for the Commanders owner, which sucks because we could have gotten a nice stadium, but we probably can still get a pretty good stadium. But that's pretty much it for the Bezos news. I'm just glad that this Bezos news is over with, and now we can just get on with the draft process and go about our business. But that's pretty much it for me for today's video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, turn on post notifications, and we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, happy Wednesday and hell to the Commanders. Peace.